Hello everyone, in this notebook we will try to reproduce the experiment from the paper GPT-3 language model of few-shot learners. First we will install OpenAI and scikit-learn. So OpenAI will let us do a request to GPT-3 API and then scikit-learn is for evaluation. Now let's import that, and then you need to obtain your organization key and API key. You will have this after you will register to the OpenAI site. So go to OpenAI and just register, and then uh, use this link to obtain your organization key and this link to obtain your API key. Then just install that set is part of Hugging Face transformers, and it let us just download some open datasets like IMDB reviews, download that and then import that, and basically we'll load the IMDB review, and this is the dataset. You can see here the text and the label. So the text is a review, and then the label is just 0 or 1. 0 means that this is has negative sentiment, and the 1 is just a positive sentiment. Now the first experiment that we will do is try to reproduce the zero-shot classification. So OpenAI offers several engines. So the smallest one is ADA, and then the biggest one with the 175 billion parameters is DaVinci. So first we will try to reproduce the conclusion they had in the paper, that if you increase the number of parameters, you can boost the performance. So first we will just obtain some sample from the dataset to do our experiment. So you can see the first review from our sample has positive sentiment, and then this function will let us do a request to OpenAI. And as you can see here, there is a task description that's just prompting the model with just deciding whether this review has a sentiment of positive or negative, and then the review itself, and then the sentiment. And we are expecting the model to really predict the right token right here, and we are limiting the model to predict just one token and then take the top probability. Okay, so first we will do that with ADA. So as you can see here, there is the inference and there is the text here, and it says positive. Now what we will do is define some helpers to conduct our experiment. So the first one is just do the prediction, the inference on our, we'll do the inference on our sample. In code, it's just transforming the label positive or negative to 1 and 0, or to -1 if it's neither of them. And evaluation, so basically this will let us to evaluate the model using accuracy, and F1 is a common metric for classification problems. So now we will perform our first experiment using ADA and zero-shot setup. So you can see that we are reaching like accuracy of 86 almost, and F1 of 87 almost. Now what we will do is change the engine to the DaVinci, basically increasing the number of parameters that we are using, and then we can see that boost in performance reaching almost 91% accuracy and 90% F1. So this was the first experiment, and basically we just validated that if you are increasing the number of parameters to the model, you can really boost the performance in the zero-shot setup. What we'll do right now is try to reproduce the other conclusion that I have. If you're increasing the number of examples in few-shot setup, you can really boost the performance. So first what we'll do is the one-shot setup. Basically it will be a two-shot because we have a positive, negative, and we just give the model one positive and one negative example. So just define this function right here that takes the examples and basically convert them to the context. Okay, so it's just adding to the prompt a review and the example review and the corresponding sentiment. And then just this is the prompt, and we are adding the context, of course, and basically this is the same thing that we did in the previous function. Now what we'll try to do is using one positive and one negative example right here, and then try to inference using that. So you can see that there is a really small increasement in the performance, like reaching 91 and 909, and previously it was like 908 and 905. But when adding the more examples, for example, this one is 6-shot classification, 3 for positive, 3 for negative, we can see that we are reaching 92 and 92 F1 and accuracy. So basically we just validated that increasing the number of parameters can really help the model in the zero-shot setup, and also increasing the number of examples given the give to the model that we give to the model can really also boost the performance of the model.